Hello bros, Mewtwo X strikes again. Someone requested that I play Mewtwo X and here it is. I hope you enjoy it and learn something. I can't believe that Mewtwo X is this strong, even it got nerfs, and but still, it is really pretty good all-rounder in the game. But first, let me tell you my build. My first build is the focus band in order for me to become bulkier, and once I get my evolve when using Mewtwo X, I get a lifesteal in case I'm low HP and plus the recovery, which is very pretty good combining with those skills. And the next one is the attack weight. In order for you to maximize the damage of your future sight and the basic attack damage of Mewtwo X, you really need the attack weight. And the last one is the weakness policy in order for you to deal more damage the longer you fight when you are evolving. So first bros, if you're asking why I did not use a muscle band or rapid fire scarf, it's because when you are evolving using Mewtwo X, it doesn't benefit to the attack speed given to it, because when you evolve, it is already fixed of what attack speed you already did. So that's why it is recommended that you should not use that type of build. So of course, what is the beautiful thing of Mewtwo X is that the future sight is really good locking up your opponents, and when your team focuses the damage to the one that have been used future sight, the damage is really incredible because it is one of the most insane burst damage when you are using Mewtwo X. The 50% received by that enemy is the damage that also be given by the future sight burst damage when the time comes up. So also take note bros, the more Eon coins that you get, the longer the duration of your evolve. That's what of the nerf that's been given to Mewtwo X and also the stats, but all I can say it is still pretty good because you are still bulkier when you get evolved, and also the recovery is pretty good, and the evolution, the critical damage, the attack speed is still very good. It is pretty insane all-rounder in the game. Even I did not notice that Mewtwo X is still this strong even it got nerfed. So here, if you are using future sight, try to burst down the damage or hit that specified target in order for you to burst down that enemy. And also take note bros that you really need to stack when you are using Mewtwo X in order for you to have more damage in the game. And also when you have the Unite move, make sure that you will use it as an objective or as an CC vulnerable to the enemy, because it is important that when you are using the Unite move, you need to really position yourself or lock away the enemy target that you've seen. Just like you saw at the highlights where I'm locking the Decidueye there when I'm using my Unite move. And also it is very important to give vision to your enemy in the last team fight. And also take note brothers, the battle items that you really need when you are using Mewtwo X is the full heal, because you are really prone to CC and you're more on brawl type, so you really need to stay in the fight longer than the other of your team, because you will act as a damage receiver also, or I mean the defender in your team when you get evolved, because it will be bulkier and the focus band will help you benefits the fight longer than before. So also take note bros that you need to use your future sight to the attackers in the game if you could, but if you play Mewtwo X, try to be in line with your team, because once you are using the future sight, it will automatically, you should kill that Pokemon in order for you to burst that damage to the enemy. So tricks to evolve faster is that you really need to be patient and try to use the future sight to the enemy and just attack them, but do not chase them when you are not evolved yet. I repeat, Do not chase the enemy if you are not evolved because you don't have damage when you are not evolved yet. So try to stack as fast as you could. Just use the future sight and hit the enemy, but do not chase. And once you get evolved, that's the time you go inside to your opponent because the regeneration ability of Mewtwo X is really insanely good. Combined with the recovery, it is one of the prettiest amazing thing that Mewtwo X could done. And also take note that they have enemy comp in here, and I just Mewtwo X playing here against Ho-Oh. It is one of the insane Pokemon in the game, which is underrated, that no one even used in this type of meta nowadays. So I'm just trying to show you that even the Pokemon's get nerfed is just still have its strength and weaknesses. Try to use the strength in fully capacity if you are playing this Pokemon. Look at here, when I use the future sight, I lacking the Pikachu, and look at that burst damage. It is one of the broken moveset of Mewtwo X because the future sight is really pretty good because it will pull your opponent off guard, and once you get confident, the damage really insane. And look how I prioritize the attacker here. I'm trying to use the future sight to Decidueye, and the burst damage of it just kills them. So here I'm just going in because I'm in evolution now, which is I'm pretty great, I'm been pretty strong, and the damage is insane. The critical hit is insane. These damages and overall all-rounders in the game. So here I'm just trying to be patient and hit the enemy and just hitting them, then trying to go back now because I don't have the evolution anymore, and I have 0 Eon coins, which means that I have a shorter evolution. So here I'm just trying to be patient and just go back and defend our base. So as you've seen, this Pokemon is really great, very good in the entire game, and I have 0 kills in this game, which means that I played pretty good positioning in the entire game, because once you have less death in the game, you really know how to position yourself and how to engage fights that you can win and you can lose. So you really take note that have less deaths means that you really require the skills of your positioning, which improves the game and winning game, I mean higher chance of winning in the game. So here I'm just locking up the Ho-Oh, and also when I pop up the full heal because Pikachu stuns me. And I repeat, pros, when you don't have the evolution, do not chase, but when you have the evolution, that's the time you go inside the team fight. Remember that, because once you don't have the evolve of Mewtwo X, it is pretty hard for you to deal damage. So here is the play, that one of the most insane play that Mewtwo X have done. So here I'm just trying to prioritize the Ho-Oh, and I see the Decidueye here, so I target lock it, and that's the time I get the evolution, and that's GG for the enemy. Because once you get the evolution, you will become the strongest in that game. It is one of the most insane mechanics of Mewtwo X. So here I'm just trying to score here because I know I want to make sure and also pressure the enemy side lanes, because I know that when someone scores or it's in the logic of the enemy, even I played too many games, it's the logic of the enemy that when you score they will jump pad at you. So I'm just buying time to my team there, but sometimes it will not work, but most of the time it will work to this game. I don't know why, but I just noticed and I'm observing the opponents in the game. So here I'm just trying to build my damage here, nothing insane about it, but all I can say is Mewtwo X is really pretty good, bros. And I've observed that Mewtwo X is one of the lowest win rate in the game, but it is what it is. But I'm not pretty sure that Mewtwo X is really in the jungle, but you can play it in the jungle, but your speed in clearing the jungle is very long. So, and also if you are stacking, it's really hard, and luckily I get full stack here. So here I'm trying to target the Decidueye, and as you've seen, I'm trying to lock Decidueye there, because I don't care about Ho because he did not deal damage enough for me. I'm just prioritizing the Decidueye. So if you are playing any Pokemon, try to prioritize and lock onto the attackers. So look at that damage, bro. I did not even die in a single game, which is pretty good, and Mewtwo X is really pretty strong. So thank you, bros. I hope we reach 20 likes again. Thank you, and like and subscribe for more type of this content. And look at that damage, bro. 163k using the underrated Pokemon. Thank you, bros, and stay hydrated as always.